So now for me, what I want to do through this menu, I want to create a new dashboard. Okay. And I want to create a dashboard that will show me indicators on vehicles, for example, on the cars. Okay. So I will say fleet dashboard will be the name. I will create a new dashboard, and that will be fleet dashboard. So you see now what I get is a completely empty. That means that I can configure it as much as possible. Configure it. So I go to this green button here on the right, which is called Add Widget. I click on it, and here I get a menu of what I can create. Here I have an indicator widget, and these are all the indicators. I create a widget with all the indicators that concern either my project or my mission, depending on which level. Afterwards, I have an asset indicator widget, which are indicators that are related to assets. And assets, you probably know, we call the warehouses, stocks basically, the cars, the biomed equipment, and laptops. So these are assets. So if I want to create a graph of my fuel consumption, the fuel consumption is an indicator that is per vehicle, per asset. So I will create an asset indicator widget. So I click on it. Then I'm coming up to a menu that asking me to select an indicator. So I click on this. I go to the area transport. Here you can see all the available asset indicators. So I go to the area transport, and I choose the one that is called fuel economy. Okay, for vehicles. And I want the period of the last year, 12 months. I click on Add the widget. And I get a table with all the consumptions here. If I want to see it, because this table is a bit too long, I click on it, on the expand, and then here I get a full graph of all the consumptions from all the cars, from all the projects. Okay, these are a lot of data, and I cannot really, if I want to make a quick conclusion, this is not very helpful. So what I can do, I can go here on the right menu, and I can have, instead of a table view, I can have a graph view. So here I have a graph of exactly the same data, and I can see the fuel consumptions of all the types of cars. Okay, by hovering the mouse over the specific point, I can see the value. Yeah, so here I see that this car has a consumption like this. If I go on the top green, I see that this consumption for the month of July has this consumption, this value. Okay. Now the interesting part is that if you have a lot of dirty data, or if you want to focus only on one specific car, for example, we want to focus on this one that does a few ups and downs. Okay. So Begins is asking if we cannot see the total per mission and per project. At the moment, no, that's not possible in the graph, but you can see it at the table view. I will switch back to the table view. So here you can see the average. The average here as a fuel consumption. Okay, there is no total fuel consumption, yeah, but you can see the average per project. Okay, if we discuss about total liters, then yes, we can also see the total. I'll show it later. Let me finish with this one, the demonstration of the graph, and then we'll do the total fuel, and then we can see the totals. So going back to the graph view, if I want to see the orange, and I want to focus on the orange car here, what I can do is I can click the rest at the bottom. So they will disappear. So now in my graph, by clicking on the legend at the bottom, I have only the graph of one. And I can focus on it and see what's going on with it, why it's going up and down. Okay, and I can see the specific values. If I want to compare this with another car, then I click on it, and then the second graph comes on top. By clicking, all the graphs start reappearing, and by clicking at the bottom are the legend. So in that sense, you can clean up your graph, you can populate it, you can compare, and you can do you can play around a little bit. Okay. There is also the functionality of seeing this data on a map. So if you go up here on the right, you click on map, and then you see the average consumption per project on the map. So if I focus in India, I see here by circle, which is the average consumption. So bigger circle means a bigger consumption. Okay. So now we want to see another indicator also to answer the question of begins. Let's see the total fuel. So I do again add a widget. It's asset indicator. I select transport. The liters consumed for the last 6 months this time. I click on the button add the widget, and here I get a table with the total fuel consumed per month for all the projects. And per car, of course. Okay, but for all the projects. Here I get the totals. If I want to see it in a graph, I take this one, and then I see the fuel consumed by the different types of cars. Okay, so this type of car has consumed in September 885 liters. If I want to see more detailed, because here you see I have project, I can see all projects. If I want to see, for example, this green one here, a bit more on detail, I can either do it the way I showed you by unclicking the ones that I'm not interested in. Okay, or another way to do it is by selecting here the specific project. Okay, so here I can see the different types. So I see here for the 454B vehicles of this project of Bijapur, there is quite some peak in September, and that is a good let's say visualization to see why in September suddenly the fuel, the total fuel liters go up. Does it mean that they go more kilometers? Now, in order to answer this question, we create another widget, asset indicator widget. We will show us the total kilometers driven for the last 6 months. So then I can compare. So here is my table with all the total kilometers per car and per project. And if I create a graph, I expect that the kilometers have increased. And indeed, as you see, you know, the two graphs you see here, I'll put them next to each other. The two graphs coincide. Okay. So I was worried why the total liters went so high up, and now I can see that actually it's because the total kilometers also went high up. Okay, so this is something that very quickly gives me a quick analysis, and I can explain why things happen better. So this is how you can create your personal dashboards. If you don't like something, let's say that I don't like this graph, if you want to modify it, you go back to this small little gears, and you can change the period, or you can configure it. You can do another indicator, or if you don't like it at all, you can just click the X, and you can completely delete it, this widget. Okay. If you don't like your dashboard anymore, then you can also choose to delete it. You can delete it completely. Yeah. So this